All right. Hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Doing Life Together, episode 11. And tonight we're going to be airing out some dirty laundry, if you know what I'm talking about. We are going to talk about laundry. And I just find myself talking with people about this topic. And I thought, hey, let's bring it to doing life together because probably now some of you are very educated in this, but I think share your biggest aha on doing laundry in a safer way. All right, so it's good to see you all. All right, let's get started. And as you are going in the comments, what is your least favorite thing about doing laundry? Like, do you hate the folding? Do you hate the putting away? What do you most hate about laundry? Or maybe you all love it. That's always cool too. All right, let's jump in. So we're going to talk a little bit about, again, we're on kind of the wellness side of things. And just to give you a little background, and you guys have heard my story probably if you've listened in to our episodes, that I was raised with a mama who, I love my mom, but when we were growing up, especially probably in the high school years, when when they could afford brand name detergents and whatnot, everything needed to smell good. Like she loved everything to smell really good. And so I was raised doing laundry with the detergent that comes in that big orange bottle, and then the blue bottle for the fabric softener. And then, of course, don't forget the dryer sheets, right? And so when Willie and I got married, and now we were, figuring out how to do life, what was beside my washer was those items. And I had really begun my wellness journey on a lot of other components, but somehow those were just off my radar because oftentimes the way we're raised, if we're raised smelling a certain cleaner or a certain way, we just assume it's safe, right? Because we know our parents wouldn't intentionally, hopefully harm us, right? So what we're raised with, and also remember that the olfactory sense, the sense of smell, is your tightest connection to memories. So if you find yourself always going for the cleaner that maybe your mom cleaned with, that's normal because you've got memories attached to that scent, all right? And by the way, cleaning companies are not stupid. They know that. Scent is a huge industry in and of itself, but also the chemicals in most fragrances are a little scary. Okay, so you're going to hear me say this again, do your research. Do not assume just because it's sold on the shelves at your favorite retail store that it is safe. All right, so put in the comments, what's our biggest organ? Our largest organ, y'all know this, is our skin. Our skin is our largest organ, and it is super absorbent. So sometimes that's really good. If you put good things on your skin, it's really cool that it can absorb it really super fast. If we put bad things on our skin, that's not as cool. So this is why, especially women, but also men, we have to be so wise about what personal care items we're using. If you go to that store in the mall that you can smell like, 5 stores down, and you buy lotions there, like, hashtag do your research. Whatever you're putting on your skin, or if you have children or teenagers, like young girls, all of those products are being shown more and more that they can interrupt the hormonal system and mess with the endocrine system, which pretty much runs the show. We don't want to do that. So what we put on our body is really key. And more people are getting aware of this. So they're seeking like cleaner skincare, cleaner shampoos and conditioners, cleaner makeup lines, all the things. And I hope you're on that journey. Quick commercial break. Norwex just got another shipment of skincare in, and it is super clean, but my favorite, and I love that, of course, but I love this stuff on my skin. I pretty much would bathe in the renewing eye cream, not gonna lie. So just go ahead and order yourself another refill when you order the set. But anyway, I think it's still in stock. It just came in, and I recommend the complete set. It comes with a fancy face and body cloth and all of those products. So anyway, so what you put on your skin matters. But what often flies under our radar is that laundry soap, you are wearing it 24/7, basically, right? So Laundry, in my opinion, is one of the biggest bangs for your buck as far as cleaning up your toxic load, right? We've talked a little bit about the chemical burden, and we talked about the importance of detoxing personal care, detoxing our home from harmful cleaners that are causing chemicals to be in the air we breathe, to be residues on the surfaces we touch, that our fur babies touch, that our kiddos touch, all the things. And so tonight we're going to talk about laundry because you wear it, you dry off in it, you sleep in it. Like literally, your skin is always touching a fabric more most of your days, right? So back to me when we got married. I had a dear friend, and if you happen to be watching, you know who you are. And she came into my kitchen. Laundry room was off the kitchen. She looked in the laundry room and was like, "You use that?" I'm like, "I use what? What?" It was just so off my radar. She's like, "I'm really surprised you use those laundry products." I go, "Why?" She said, "Have you done your research?" And the funny thing is that the way I met her was through my childbirth classes that I taught. And one of my big things in teaching new parents who are expecting a little one is do your research. Do your research. You have to be your own advocate. There's not some foundation that necessarily always has your back. It's up to you. You've got to do your research. And I had not researched laundry stuff. It just hadn't gotten to my radar yet. So again, I'm always so grateful for friends who plant a little seed and allow us to look a little deeper. And so you can be that friend right now. Like if you know someone else who's on a wellness journey, and in a previous episode, I talked a little bit about thyroid and hormones and some stuff that I've learned about that in relation to diet, but also really making sure you're cleaning up your laundry, your home, your air quality is also going to help you on that journey. So take a friend if you want as we talk about laundry. So I began my journey there. I started researching. I just went and searched toxicity of fabric softener. That was my starting search to figure out what she was telling me about. And what I learned, I actually never used it. I've never used it since. I cut cold turkey. That's a little bit me. Like once I know the why and I know it's worth me making a change, I'm pretty quick to make the change. And so did not use fabric softener or dryer sheets anymore, which meant at that point, this was before my Norwex years. So that meant I had to go out and in my research, I figured out, okay, I should be using dryer balls. So I went and bought cheap dryer balls. They were loud. They kind of were really tough on my clothes. But I was so determined after learning what I learned that I was not going to put that on my children's clothes or on my own clothes because we absorb all those chemicals in and it all adds to the body burden. And so remember, body burden is cumulative, right? I always liken it to radiation, obviously two different things. But, radiation is something, it's not necessarily just one big radiation exposure. It's cumulative in your body. And that's how I think about the body burden as well. It's cumulative. So what that means is small changes actually can make a big difference because they lighten up that accumulated burden. And hey, a shout out to our livers. Our livers have so much work to do. In fact, I truly believe every single person on the face of this planet should do a liver cleanse if you haven't, just because our poor livers, they are the ones that are fielding this onslaught of chemicals that are all around us. But by cleaning up our laundry, this can make a huge difference. Now, where do you start? So yeah, go research, do a quick little search, but then how are you going to pivot on this? And so the first thing is, yes, get dryer balls. I found Norwex after that, got Norwex dryer balls and have been using those ever since. Now, the cool thing about dryer balls is they also shorten your dry time by about 30%. So they save you quite a lot on your electric bill, which is kind of cool. And then they lead to less wrinkles because instead of your clothes kind of just going around in a big lump, the dryer balls are in there separating out the clothes. So they dry faster, less wrinkles. So I'm a huge fan of dryer balls. If you don't have dryer balls yet, get them. And if you still like a little fragrance, make sure you're using healthy fragrance And I think the best thing is to find a high quality essential oil. And if you have wool dryer balls, you can actually put that essential oil on the dryer balls. Now, for me, I don't use a lot of scent, except I'm going to share something that I'm doing within the past year I really like. Okay, so easy step is get yourself, everybody needs a good set of balls in your dryer. Okay, good. And then the other thing I want you to think about is possibly starting with no longer using fabric softener and dryer sheets on your bed sheets and your bath towels. So if you do have to baby step off of it, which I'm not a baby stepper off of it, but if you are, I would recommend that you start with sheets and bath towels. First of all, during the night is when our body does a lot of its detox work during rest and sleep. And so you don't want more onslaught of chemicals. You want your bedroom to be a truly clean sanctuary, as in clean from harmful chemicals, clean from electromagnetic frequencies going all over around you. Like, keep your cell phone away from the bed. Don't sleep right with it by you, because this is your body's like haven time to be able to heal and repair and rejuvenate, all the things that we want it to do, right? So first of all, don't use it on sheets. Secondly, don't use fabric softener dryer sheets on towels because it decreases absorbency. If you ever like beyond frustrated at sour towels, I hate sour towels, like hate sour towels. Well, a big culprit is all the fillers and fragrances and oils and fats that are in the mainstream laundry detergents, fabric softener, and dryer sheets. And it also is a fire hazard. So when you use those in your dryer, if you talk to most firefighters, they will tell you that a lot of fires start from dryers. And it's often because the sensor got so coated with all that crud and the lint trap got so coated that it couldn't breathe, that you just kind of create a fire hazard. So if you needed another reason aside from health to drop these out of your life, that might be it, okay? I will also tell you, back to the olfactory smell, like everything having to smell good, that when you take out some of these synthetic fragrances out of your life, and go like just kind of detox, purify your body from them, you will notice that your smeller gets more keen for actual real smells, like smelling a rose or smelling like it's not so overwhelmed by the constant synthetic fragrances, that you will actually more enjoy, I think, natural things. But also you'll find once you've detoxed and you have not used all those synthetic fragrances for a while, and you walk down that fragrance aisle, or not fragrance aisle, that too, I'm sure, but the cleaner aisle, I am going to bet that you are overwhelmed. You're like, did I used to wear that? Did I used to smell like that all the time? Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. And you will really adjust to clothes smelling clean, but not smelling chemical fragranced, right? So have you all watched the movie documentary Stink? I think it's on, I feel like I watched it free, maybe on Amazon or something. Stink. Anyway, y'all should watch that. That is an interesting thing about all the things they can put into fragrance without even having to report what those things are. Just watch that. That's a good watch for you and your children, especially if your kids, because, oh my goodness, our kids are under so much pressure to buy all these fragranced things. You fill in the name brand, it's like the cool thing. So it's really on us as parents to educate our kids why they might not want to be throwing, clone on their thyroid, and all of these things that people do with synthetic fragrance. Okay, so I challenge you to consider letting go of fabric softener and dryer sheets. I'm pretty passionate about this. I think you will be too when you do a little bit of a deep dive, okay? Start with sheets and towels, but consider let it go, right? I feel like I'm supposed to sing a song there. Let it go. Okay, and then the other thing is static. So a lot of people say, well, Sonia, I use those things because I don't like static. I don't like static either. And so I'm going to teach you some things I've learned about static. Number one, when you clean up your laundry detergent and you get one without all of the fillers, you will find that your clothes feel softer. I hear this all the time from our Norwex customers that when they switch over to Norwex laundry soap, their spouse will like comment like, "What are you doing to my shirts?" And they'll be like, "Oh, why?" Well, they just feel so soft. I've heard this from so many customers. And the point is they came to one of my parties, I shared this information. They made the switch, and their spouse, who didn't know they had made the switch, noticed that the clothes already felt softer. So it also reduces static if you don't have all the junk in the clothes. But here's your top, I would say, 3 things on static. Number 1, static most often occurs in synthetic clothes, right? You're not going to see it. Wool, yeah, wool could do it too, but mostly we deal with it in synthetic clothing. And it's kind of threefold way to deal with it naturally without needing to coat every fiber in that chemical soup. Okay. So number one, sort your laundry differently. Adverb. Okay. So hearing my mom's voice, she was a grammar queen. So sort your laundry differently. Instead of throwing all of your whites together, which includes a big white fluffy bathroom towel and your white Lulu leggings or something, instead sort by synthetics. Wash and certainly dry your synthetics separately, because your synthetics dry like this, like super fast. And of course, those cottons take more time to dry. So if you can just simply sort differently, if you put them together in the dryer, that big towel, it just keeps going around and around till it's dry. And the whole time, your synthetic fill in the blank clothing are sitting there dry, frictioning around and creating static cling. So that for me was a huge game changer when I just began drying them on their own instead of with cottons. Amen? Okay. Number 2, turn down the heat. Excess heat in the dryer is going to create more static. And then shorten your dry time. That's a biggie. Again, it just goes back to those fibers. I mean, think about a balloon on your hair, right? Like you friction it and now you've got static. Those fibers, those synthetic fibers are friction in the dryer, creating static. So hopefully that helps. Now, there are some other tips. I know some people put safety pins. They like put big safety pins on their wool dryer balls to discharge static. Recently I heard a guy who wrote a book on laundry. He was like, roll up a piece of aluminum foil, put that in the dryer to discharge it. He said it works miracles. I'm a little cautious on that just because I try to avoid aluminum in my life. Like I'm not needing any extra. So I know probably it doesn't really matter maybe a whole lot, but anyway, that was his suggestion. But a safety pin, I think, is similar concept. And in the wool dryer balls, you can just pop that in. So if you're looking for a safe and super clean formula for your laundry detergent, I just love the Norwex liquid laundry soap. This is a little bit newer of a product. And the lavender, if you like a little bit of fragrance, which I was no fragrance, like I just went, all or nothing, I'm out on that. And so I just added back this little lavender, and it really is lovely. It's not too strong, and it's wonderful. But this has enzymes to eat up stink, right? So enzymes are a natural way to eat up biological matter, essentially. Love this, and it's so easy. It's just for an HE, for an average high efficiency load, it's 2 pumps, pump. If you have a top load, it says 3 pumps. You might need 4 because top load washers have so much more water, right? And how much detergent you use is really based with the ratio of your water to your detergent. So 2 to 3 pumps in, like we do. I don't think we have such a thing as a small load at the Echo House. So we tend to go maybe three pumps on a lot of the loads. But still, it's not going to look like much. And you're going to go, no way. Yes way. It really works. And looks like someone's come into the ranch. I'm over here at the ranch. And then we have our powder detergent, which has been a fan favorite for many years. And then if you love the laundry strips, Norwex also has laundry strips. You just throw 1 strip in per load. So anyway, pretty cool. If you want to clean up your laundry, I think that Norwex does indeed make super duper easy. But find yourself a safe detergent a healthy detergent is so key. Cut out the fabric softener dryer sheets. That would be my recommendation, but you do your research to decide what you want to do. All right. Well, I suspect Maple's going to bark as soon as she sees we have someone stopping by. So if she barks, I apologize in advance. But yeah, couple updates really quick on the Norwex front. We have a special joining offer until the 11th of this month. So you can open a Norwex consultant account and you just cover the shipping. It's kind of fantastic. So call me or reach out to me, message me if that's on your radar. But what's cool about that is then all the stuff that you're going to love in your home, like laundry soap, dryer balls, all of that, you then can also enjoy that consultant discount. And also, I just have to say a thank you to each one of you who have purchased my book. And it means so much as you are going through it when you message me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just pray it is blessing you immensely. I know it was a huge blessing to me as I wrote it and as I've journeyed it. And I pray it is for you as well. All right. With that, I think, was there anything else? I think bleach. Oh, I was going to just talk about bleach. And bleach will often yellow stuff long term. And of course, it breaks down fibers pretty bad. It's pretty tough on your clothes. I encourage you, Norwex has a brighten white, and I have been quite blown away by what that does on my whites. So encourage you to look at that. A laundry booster can be really dynamite. If you are struggling with certain waters or whatever, consider getting a laundry booster. That can be helpful. Stain remover. Oh, I got to talk, as long as we're talking laundry, stain remover. I take the Rex Forever spray bottle, which is actually on sale right now on a crazy sale. But I take it, it's the Forever spray bottle. I fill most of it with warm water. I get the Norwex stain remover, squeeze the gel in. I add some of the Norwex degreaser, which is such a cool product. And then I use that to treat stains. The degreaser tends to take out grease stains, which often when I'm cooking, I seem to get grease stains on my shirts from splatters. And so I love that combo on. There's rarely a stain we don't get out, honestly. So that, and find a good detergent. Is there anything else we need to talk about on the laundry front? Oh, I know one more thing. So if you choose to drop the fabric softener and dryer sheets and the other detergents that are full of junk, then make sure you clean the lint screen in your dryer. This is so important. You've got to clean it, because if you take a lint screen and you've been using fabric softener for a while, and just put your kitchen faucet like on a really low pressure, not a heavy, fast pressure of water, but just a low pressure, and just run that screen under it, it will bead up because it has formed such a residue, which then clogs that airflow, like we talked about earlier. The cool thing is Norwex is incredible at cleaning this. I love the bathroom scrub mitt, and I just wet it, or the dusting mitt works too, but the bathroom scrub mitt is my favorite. And I take that soft side and I wet it with water, and I just clean both sides of that dryer vent and then run it under water, and it'll just go right through because those fibers are able to get in there. So definitely remember to clean off the sensor in your dryer because it is likely coated. Be sure to clean the lint trap, the lint screen as well. Oh, and one more thing. Oh my goodness. Yes. White vinegar is your friend in laundry. So I want to talk about that. Vinegar does have some natural fabric softening things. And if you have sour towels, get yourself a set of Norwex towels with the silver embedded. That's like hand towels. Norwex hand towels are just my favorite thing ever because I hated stinky sour hand towels. And I just love their standard ones, like their extra plush or their striped ones. Like those are I just love those. But get yourself a set of towels. But if you have those standard cotton towels and they have gotten sour on you, you need to put vinegar in your rinse. So where you would have typically put fabric softener or just add it to your rinse water, put in a bunch of white vinegar. Don't worry, they're not going to smell like vinegar once they're all through the cycle, but it will cut through so many amazing things. So I am a huge fan of white vinegar. Also, if you are like me here in Texas, we have insanely hard water. Before we got a water softener, I mean, there was water buildup everywhere, which of course is a whole nother topic. But white vinegar has some natural softening abilities. So by adding that to your laundry, it can just really make a difference, especially if you've gotten kind of that sour buildup in some of your cloths. Anything else? Help me out, y'all. Is there anything else we need to talk about on the laundry front? Dryer balls. We talked detergent, bleach. Be careful with bleach, all right? Do your research on that too. But I think there's better, healthier alternatives to bleach, and try the Norwex Bright and White. You can even dilute the Norwex Bright and White and use it in a spray bottle in place of if you have in the past used bleach for cleaning. And hey, fun fact about bleach, it makes me think of some people who clean their toilets with bleach. I actually know a lot of people who clean their toilets with our powder laundry detergent, but I love our new toilet system where you just put the bathroom cleaner in and it releases too. Okay, that is it. Thank you for joining me, and may you do clean laundry and just help your body detox more as we continue on this journey, and we will plan to see you next week. Thanks everyone for joining me. We'll see you soon.